Hola, everyone, and welcome to Open. I'm Arena Valentin, your host of Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. First up, Casita Maria Center for Arts and Education Artistic Director Gail Heidel, along with the digital artist and illustrator Ebony Bolt, join us to talk about their upcoming exhibition, Remember. Then educator, human rights activist, and artist Esperanza Magdel is here to share the inspiration behind the exhibition Arte de Terra y Mar, currently on display at Boricua College. And after that, we are joined by husband-wife duo founders of Uptown Royalty, Jody Music and Ron Renaissance, to share their season of touring. And our open artist spotlight shines on Uptown Royalty, who will be closing out the show with a 13-piece band performance. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way, because now we are officially open. Hello and welcome back to Open, everyone. I'm Rena Valentin, your host of Café con Leche. For the next hour, inviting you to get social with us online. Follow us on all social media platforms at Bronxnet TV. And of course, don't forget, while you're there, follow me on FB, Instagram, Insta Threads, and LinkedIn at Rena Valentin. My first guests are here to share the opening of a new exhibition titled Remember. So, Casita Maria Center for Arts and Education Artistic Director Gail Heidel celebrates the vibrant and diverse communities of the South Bronx with this new curation, creating memorable programs for after-school art studios and the Teen Arts Apprentice Program, while visionary digital artist and illustrator Ebony Bolt focuses on people and textile print, exploring cultural identity, community, and urban life through intricate textile aesthetics. And Remember is a solo exhibition featuring Ebony, and the show focuses on the passage of time in mediums, highlighting rhythms, patterns, and beats inspired by Ebony's commute into New York City. And here to share more about the upcoming exhibition, remember, we welcome Casita Maria Center for the Arts and Education Artistic Director Gail Heidel and digital artist and illustrator Ebony Bolt. Hello and welcome.
Hi, Rena.
Hi, Rena.
Thanks for having us here. We really appreciate you inviting us on the show.
Well, welcome back, I should say to you, and we love that you always bring the new explorations here to us first. So congratulations to you, Ebony, on
Thank you,
this
Rena.
solo exhibition. So, Gail, let's just share a little bit about your process in choosing the artist who's going to be highlighted like this, because I understand it's like a whole year process for you.
Yeah, it can be up to 2 years. And actually, I got turned on to Ebony's artwork about 5 years ago when I was on a jury, and, a jury panel of different artists, and she was a finalist. And I added her to my list of artists that I wanted to work with one day. So the stars aligned about 2 years ago for us to be able to plan for this exhibition. It involves first having a conversation with the artist, making sure that their vision will align with the mission, visions, and values of Casita Maria. And through our conversation, we realized that was definitely true. I mean, even the design of the exhibition, she is on brand with Casita Maria colors, and so the gallery space is, brightly colored in lavender and green and blues, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So it's a long process. It's definitely a relationship between myself and the artist. And for all the curators out there, I'd definitely recommend Ebony Bolt as an artist to work with, because she's communicative, kind, just such a pleasure to work with.
And so do you choose by theme? Like, how do you choose? You're saying it took a couple of years for you to align with this particular artist, and how does that happen for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, I need somebody whose work, is joyful, is community centered. The young people in Casita Maria's program can be able to see themselves reflected in the artwork. This year's theme for everything that we're doing is dream big, but stay rooted. So I felt, that Ebony's work really aligned with that.
I agree with you. I reviewed some of your work, and what I find most fascinating about it is the way you're able to kind of tell this narrative that is geared towards community being a garden. Oh, at least that was my interpretation of it. But please do share about your inspiration.
And thank you, Gail, for that beautiful introduction, and Rena, too. So my name is Ebony Bolts, and I'm originally from Brooklyn, and now I currently live in the Bronx. But I love this play on the concrete jungle of New York City, and I love botanicals. So I love flowers and plants and drawing people on the trains, and I used to work as a print designer. So I would add those motifs into my sketches of people to create these eye-popping patterns with busy compositions, because New York is busy in itself. It
Right.
feels like we're all on top of each other, but it creates this beautiful collage. And like Gail said, I try to think of the space at Casita Maria because I always want to think about where my artwork is being showcased, and I don't want to impose myself on people. I want to feel like they saw me observe them, and then I gave them back what I saw in them and wanted them to feel and see themselves in my work.
So, is it safe to say that your fashion design background also lends itself to the way you're actually designing for a space?
Yes, for sure. So my first job out of college was a print designer. So I worked at this print studio, and we had to design digital prints, and companies would purchase those digital prints and put them on their clothing. So I always had to think about what was sellable, what was marketable. So it wasn't just about me and what I like, but also the consumer and how people think as well. So I think that lends itself to my work because I never want to feel like my work is just about me, but also celebrating the community that I live in and that I'm from. And New York is such a beautiful, diverse place, and I feel like wherever I live, I always try to communicate that in my work and want those people to feel included.
And also, there's the mergence of the urban culture with, like you said, you reference it as the jungle, the concrete jungle. However, for me, it actually represents a garden, and a diverse garden at that. So I know we have some imagery that I would love to share with our audience, and if you wouldn't mind sharing about the symmetry in your work.
Oh, I have a love for kaleidoscopes. I have a love for, like I said, flowers. So I would often visit parks and go with my mom and look at different flowers.
So what are we looking at right now?
Oh, you're looking at the projects that I did in collaboration with New York City Cultural Affairs. So that one actually is so funny because I had my mom snuck in some of them. I try to put myself in some of them as well. I'm inspired by Where's Waldo, and I have a lot of connections to play and games from childhood that I try to incorporate into my compositions. This piece here, it's showcasing children of different like ableism, is that how you say, where it's like there's some kids that are in wheelchairs, there's some that are on bikes or in scooters. So it's just to convey like the different ways that children travel. So not just literally with the physical like bikes and and wheelchairs, but also with their imagination.
That's beautiful, and this looks like you.
It is
It
me.
is you.
I love adding myself into the patterns as well. It's a subtle way for me to celebrate not just diversity, but also myself too. Because I think it's important to also celebrate your inner world. Because if you don't love yourself and feel comfortable in representing yourself, then I don't feel like it's possible for you to represent other people with humility.
And the imagery kind of loans itself to a mandala. I don't know. That's just my
I do.
interpretation. Yeah.
I like from years of working as a print artist, like after college, it was a lot of motifs and different traditions that I learned, and I liked the batik and these repeating patterns. So it was something that I wanted to lend to the people sketches, like incorporating things that you don't see every day with people.
And then I think the next image is kind of the loans itself to the image that is the flyer for this upcoming exhibition. And I say that because of the arrow. So talk to
Yes.
us about this one.
It's a play on the traffic sign motifs, and also this piece is called The New Yorker, so you can find it at the St. John's Terminal in the Google offices downtown Manhattan. Yes, I was a Google artist in residence, so that was a very exciting opportunity, and also the exciting opportunity to work with Gail and Casita Maria. Like, every opportunity means a lot to me because it gives me the opportunity to share my work with people and also get their feedback about how it feels and how the work makes them relate to their families and the people in their lives.
And then again, there's this New York theme of, oh, what's this? We just jumped to the next one. I was saying the New York theme of just real people, in the sense that New York is a very diverse city, and it seems like you make it a part of your storytelling to just share, like, yeah, we're a variety of people in culture as well as abilities, right?
Yes.
It's just beautiful.
Thank you. And I think that's what makes New York so great, because there's a genuine celebration of the diversity. Especially my favorite is the fusions of food. I'm a big foodie, so it's like seeing people that came from different cultures and they shared each other's recipes to create something new. And especially in these times, I feel like it's important to see those positive fusions of people where people love community and connection and positivity, and when you inspire them, they want to make more of it.
Yeah, and so then you used a lot of colors in the other one. This one we're looking at is kind of like loans itself to sketch style, but once again, there's an individual on the bottom, and then there's flowers on top. So I was wondering, I was like, okay, well, what is she saying here?
You know, this was one of the light boxes that is going to be featured at the show, remember? So it's very funny. When I first started off, I wasn't as confident using color, which I know it's slightly challenging to believe seeing how much color I use now, but I like to use black and white. And it was a play on the horseshoe, because there used to be one that used to hang on the door in my old apartment. So it's things that I put together. People are like, oh, I don't see that go together, where I'm like, oh, I think this would be cool, but it's also something that I like to hear other people's interpretation, because I feel sometimes when you give them the direct answer, it takes the mystery out of the work.
Got it. Of
You know, I feel
course,
like
yeah.
I want to hear people's experiences and how they relate to the work without me telling them the answer of where it's from.
And so I think we have one more image, and yes, and this is the image which it says a lot, and yet there's an abstract aspect to it.
Yes, for sure. There was a sleeping boy on the A train, and I sketched him really quickly, but I thought of how can I convey direction? So wanting to have arrows that go in different directions along the piece, and wanting to show like it's the same person, but you commute back and forth, up and down, side to side. So wanting to play on that literal take of it, like are you going to the north side, the west side, the east side? But I find it to be so interesting when people tell me their interpretation, because it's like, wow, it's a new idea that I haven't seen. And I think art is meant to grow with people.
Well, it's also the theme flyer for the event, right? And then the title of the exhibition is Remember. And then when I put the two together, I wondered, okay, are we remembering what direction we are going in?
That's exactly that. And there's an area in the show that's going to have photos of me from the past that's showing like how I was remembering what I liked in my childhood, and I had a picture of me standing next to my easel with a composition of a stick figure that I drew. So it's funny that I was like 5 years old and I grew up to draw people as my aesthetic, where I'm like thankful that that inner child still survived, and wanting to invite other people to talk to their inner child, because I feel like children know who they are and they just need the guidance to enhance that when they become adults. And I feel like sometimes that gets lost when you have so many outside opinions. So it's me being vulnerable about these are the things that I like, and inviting other people to figure out what they used to like that they may have abandoned, that they just needed a little nudge to get back to that.
Oh, how lovely. So how many pieces are on display for this exhibition?
Well, it's more of an installation. So,
Oh.
yeah, so we've painted some of the walls, we've installed wallpaper on a number of the walls. There's also light boxes, there's self-portraits on wood panels, there's the photographs that she mentioned as well. There's an interactive component. So, yeah, so
It's
you
an
need
experience.
It is an experience. And there's also this like trifold crossword puzzle that during the opening, if you are one of the first 24 people to fill it out, you get a secret surprise gift
Yes.
designed by Ebony.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah, so the whole thing's an experience. So we could count how many pieces there are. You know, maybe there's 40 pieces or something, but you'll be, immersed in the exhibition.
That's what it sounds like. It's an immersive experience. Right. So it opens.
On Friday, the 17th of April, the event's from 5:30 to 8 p.m. Come in, get a plate, get a glass of something. Uptown Vinyl Supreme's going to be DJing, so you can hang out, you can meet Ebony in person. It'll be a fun time.
And then, of course, the exhibition will be on display, or the experience, I should say, the installation. Let me correct myself until August, right?
That's correct. Yeah, so you can show up any day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you want to set up a tour, you can email marketing@casitamaria.org, and we're happy to set up a tour or a special visit. And we're here for you.
And so, just because she brought into the conversation this consciousness of feeding the inner child, how are you servicing the programs in schools and so forth with this exhibition?
Well, all schools are, welcome to, email us to set up a tour, and then everybody in Casita Maria in June is going to get a tour. Each group will get a guided tour and an art activity, and then during summer day camp, Ebony will be coming in to lead a class in July with one group in 4th grade. But yeah, anybody who wants to come in and, you can just let us know how deep of an experience you want and we can facilitate it.
Lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Can I add, there's also an area where we're going to have a suggestion box where we'll have prompts of people answering affirmations that they would want to leave for themselves and other people as well. And we're going to reveal that at the end of the show, too.
Yeah, that's the interactive part.
Yes.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. Well, congratulations to you, Emily.
Thank you
for
so
bringing it here.
much.
And thank you for always bringing these amazing artists to us to share with our viewers. And you guys, if you're interested in the exhibition, remember, it opens April 17th and will be on display until August 14th at Casita Maria Gallery, which is located at 928 Simpson Street in the Bronx. And if you're interested in any more information and or reservations and or any more details that we may not have covered here, you can visit casitamaria.org. For more on Ebony Bolt, you can follow her at theboltdiaries.com. All right, stay tuned. There's more open when we return.
There's a new channel to explore, and it's bringing the classics back to life. During the day, relive the Bronxnet originals that sparked conversations and built community. At night, dive into the hip-hop throwbacks that defined a generation. One destination, two powerful lineups. Now playing on Optimum Channel 952, Fios 2138, and streaming at bronxnet.tv. BX Legacy, where history meets the moment.
Welcome back to Open. My next guest draws upon her African Taino heritage, femininity, and spirituality to guide her creative manifestations. She uses clay as a primary means of artistic expression, giving her the opportunity to relate hand in hand with Mother Earth, and her work is raw, rustic, and transformative. And most recently, she has curated an amazing exhibition entitled Arte de Terra y Mar in honor of Women's History Month at Boricua College. And the exhibition celebrates working class migrant women, focusing on decolonization, the earth, ancestors, and liberation. It emphasizes art as a ritual for life, and environmental and ancestral connections. And here to share more, we welcome human rights educator, activist, and artist, as someone we refer to as Bibi, Esperanza Mantel, everybody. And I say Bibi because she is also a community matriarch. And it is so lovely to have you here on set.
It's
Welcome.
wonderful to be here, sharing this moment with you.
Yeah, it's been too long in the making, and you have done so much for so many of us. But it's a privilege to be able to have you on and highlight you and the work that you do. And while we don't really have the time to cover it all, I would like to introduce our audience to the way you've been able to merge your spirituality, your activism, and your artistry, because everything that you really create and or involve yourself in has a little intentionality behind it in moving things forward while remembering the past.
Yes.
And so, why ceramics? Why clay? Why pottery? Why?
Okay. First of all, is since 2020, early before the shutdown, I stopped doing work in clay. I began doing work in clay when I was very young. I tell people I'm a product of the police athletic league and in community centers from the West Side. So, I did my first mural at 8, and art is part of who I am. It's also important to say that I was born in Puerto Rico. I was, the word that comes up was stolen from my land, and I grew up with a mother who was very connected spiritually to the earth. Grew up on the west side of Manhattan, what I think was, and Central Park and Riverside Drive were my backyards. So we always had our hands in the soil. I learned about herbs. I left the connection to the earth, to us as a people. And it fed me. It fed me as I was dealing with racism and classism and sexism and all the horrors of capitalism. I felt the earth. So why clay? Why clay? Because its has fed me constantly. And it's a challenge not to be able to work with clay. I always worked with shells. You see, I have shell bracelets.
Right, you have shells on.
Yes.
And we did show some imagery of some of your work that is
Yeah.
a lot. Most of it is earth-based, right?
Yes.
And that's really, I want to say the real discussion at hand is the fact that I made a note here that because you mentioned you're a product of the Police Athletic League, and so I just wondered what you meant by that. As in, did they teach you how to mold?
Yes, my favorite, because they had classes, was
Uh-huh.
the art class. And they provided, I mean, I was young,
Right.
and they provided the materials. And I was still poor, but very poor,
Right.
you know, so it provided the materials that I needed. And so I'm not, you know, I don't come from European style art,
Okay.
and my art reflects my life and my people and my connection to be an Afro Taína from
Got
Borinquen, right? That's what it connects. And my work, my latest work is with found objects, and I still work with the Taino motifs. And this exhibit to me is real important because since I was really impacted by the bombing of Palestine, and what do, right? I'm I was almost 80, and I could do but so much, and I've been dealing with serious health issues. So I use my art. I use my art.
And community, I might add, because you've also invited other artists to exhibit
Yes.
alongside you, and you curated it, and so it's beautiful that you're sharing that it is your form of therapy, it is your way of connecting to Mother Earth, it is your way of also exercising, right, your muscles, right? Even though you say it's a little challenging right now, and now you said you worked with some found objects, right? And we had shown an image of your mango piece. 'Cause I know
My eat,
mangoes and make art. That's your
yes,
slogan, right? Eat mangoes and make art.
eat and make art. Mangoes, mussels, shells. I mean, from clam shells, anything that I could reframe, recycle. And
Right.
I love that. I took that picture, you know, because I'm also a photographer. So it's been, that's real fun because part of is having fun.
We're showing it right now.
Yes.
There's that mango.
Yes.
And then you have an artifact underneath it.
Yes,
Yeah.
those are the sea fans.
Uh-huh.
Those are sea fans. But the thing is, you know, finding things in the sea, finding teeth in the earth. One of the pieces that I'm exhibiting is pots from the almendro tree. It's these pots. They're beautiful. They're brown, you know, and I made them into necklaces and
Right.
earrings.
So kind of like my amulet. My amulet is made by her. I just want to share and show this. And she uses the Atabes a lot, which is the goddess of fertility, right? Who also represents Earth, right? Mother Earth. And this is ceramic.
Yes, that is ceramic, and it's glazed. And I think, you know, for you who love these pieces, it's a collector's item.
It is a collector's item. It is a collector's item. Thank you for announcing it on air. But you know, the thing is that I did mention that we refer to you as BB, and one of the things that I admire about you is the fact that you're very, very dedicated to the community and educating the community and bringing us together and practicing our ancestral folklore, belief systems that honestly I just trust the process of like, oh, okay, now this has presented itself to be part of my life, and in some form, it's my birth given right, and you've upholded that, and you continue to pass it on, as well as invite other artists, right? So there's the spiritual practices, there's the community activism, and then there's the artistry, even though they're all related. They're all related.
Well, these artists are very special because since last year, I've been celebrating my 80th birthday. And I brought together artists who I love their art, which is not, it's not only beautiful.
Right.
I mean, people need to go because you walk into the gallery at Boricua College and it pops.
Right.
Right? It just pops. And these artists also have supported my work around the freedom for Puerto Rico, the political prisoners, women's rights, solidarity work with Cuba and Venezuela and Palestine, etc., in many different ways.
Right.
And in their own right, they're organizers in our community. Most of them are Puerto Rican. Most of them are from the Bronx.
Right.
Or East Harlem. I got a few people from East Harlem.
Yeah, I mean, I have the list here. We have Carmen Ayala, Olga Juraria Ayala, Lisa Valle, Virginia Iris, Elsie Delis, Luna Diaz, Mariposa Fernandez. And then, of course, there's you. And then we have Damaris Monet
Yeah.
y Kyla Paulino. So I can only imagine what that is going to feel like, being in a room that is curated by all of these individuals' energies through their artistry.
It just pops at you.
It pops.
It really does.
And then this is your 80th birthday festival that we're celebrating in art form, because I understand you're also going to be honored in June. You've been you're the Grand Marshal for the Fish Parade at the Point
yes,
this year.
yes. The celebration continues.
Continues, yeah.
Especially, I love the Fish Parade.
Yeah.
Because it's an environmental parade, and the Point has done great work around the environment and educating children and adolescents and older people around the importance of protecting the environment, especially in the Bronx.
Yeah, I know,
You
the
know,
air.
Well, not only that, the river.
Right.
We gotta keep the Bronx River clean.
Yes.
Right, and the air, dealing with the amount of asthma
Yes.
and lung issues in our community, and I could go on and on. But the bottom line, for me, I have marched walked with Mariposa in the parade a few times. So
I know she loves that parade. I think that's Mariposa, one of Mariposa's
Yeah.
favorite parades.
and the thing is, and it's an honor to be honored,
Well,
right,
yeah, you're
by
the Grand
them.
Marshal. Beautiful.
The other important thing about the exhibit is that it's intergenerational.
Uh-huh.
So even though there's only 10 people on the list, there's a young woman who I think is like 19 or 20, Waffle, from one of the islands, and she did this name she did this graffiti with everybody's name, and she said, "But I'm not I said, "You're an artist." So when you go, you will see, from the youngest one, which is Waffle, to the oldest one, which is me, and every age group
In between. It's beautiful. And so we listed some of the artists, and I know the exhibition is currently on display at Boricua College, but I also understand that you have a special artist talk on April 23rd.
Ye-
That's the closing? Is that the closing?
Yes, that'll be the closing. We had, you always have issues. But anyway, we'll be closing I think maybe you could see some of it on that Friday also. We've had the opening, which was excellent. We had an artist talk, which in March.
Right, that
And
happened already during
yes,
Women's History
and
Month.
we have the closing with an artist talk also.
Also, but prior to that, do they need to make reservations in order to access the gallery, because it is at Boricua College? So what does that look like? What's that process?
You have to, the co-curator, which is the director of the gallery, Jose Velázquez. Jose is there Monday through Friday from 10 to 6. It's important, if you want to do it earlier, before 2 o'clock,
Right.
that you really call,
Okay.
because he also teaches art there. And
And are they able to just go to the website and
yes,
find it as well?
Boricua College EDU, and which I promote. And if you want to go to college, go to Boricua. They do great work in the Bronx. So it's important that people really attend this exhibit.
But that they experience it, and that they understand the narrative that you've curated, and you've made intergenerational, so that it could speak to a broader audience, right?
Yeah.
But first they got to get there.
They have to get there.
Right.
The other thing is that when I talked before about doing a piece in support of the women and children in Palestine, it's called Every Child's a Prayer. And the other reason for it's giving me a space to exhibit this piece. It's very controversial because it really talks about the atrocities that the Zionists are doing, and it's a peace not war, peace.
Right. Peace,
so,
not war.
and this is the 6th time that I've exhibited, and if people are interested, I'm open to go anywhere to exhibit this piece and deal with the issues that is facing us now as humanity.
Right.
As humanity.
Right. And the intention is to just amplify peace into
Yes.
our spaces.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
And I
yes.
just want to thank you for taking the time to be with us today and allowing us to celebrate you. Because this is part of your 80th birthday festival aquí on
El
Open.
festival de un año.
De un año. We love it. We love it. Happy birthday to you, Bibi Esperanza Martin. Thank you for being
Gracias,
here to
nena.
our
Y
audience.
muchas bendiciones a ti and your audience, because we need to be in gratitude and in forgiveness and really share the love, because you are love.
Yeah, porque hashtag Hay Amor. That's her slogan. Hay Amor. All right, you guys, once again, for more information on Arte de Terra y Mar, you can go to boricuacollege.edu. And, bueno, don't go anywhere. There's more open when we return. welcome back to Open Everyone. And today our Open Artist Spotlight shines on a dynamic husband and wife duo, married since 2018. This uptown New York couple are soulmates who manifest their love for each other into their music and art. Their musical phenomenon crafts unforgettable performances, bringing together their decades of stage experience and boundless creativity. And from the halls of Lincoln Center to Versace Mansion and the Copacabana, Uptown Royalty's funky fusion of R&B, jazz, salsa, and pop keeps crowds grooving all night long. Everyone, please welcome the founders of Uptown Royalty, Jody Music and Ron Renaissance. All right,
Yes,
welcome,
what an intro.
welcome. I mean, we're talking about all night long, but we're here at the top of the morning, so it's going to be all morning long. And we already started. Welcome.
Thank you for having us. We're so excited to be here.
It is so lovely to have you here in studio in person.
Yep.
Right? The first time I had you guys on was back in 2022 over the pandemic,
Yep.
right? And it was a virtual interview, and you were kind enough to send us a beautiful virtual performance. And today we got a treat for our guests.
Yes.
So congratulations on everything you've accomplished.
Thank you
thus
so
far.
much. Thank you.
And so I already introduced that you're a husband-wife duo. Let's talk a little bit about what that dynamic is.
Yeah.
Being together, working together,
Yep.
living together, and parenting together, no less.
Yes. It's interesting. I mean, I feel like when you have a partner that both of you truly learn your strengths and your weaknesses, you can help each other. And I feel like early on we learned what those were, and it's kind of like a puzzle that fits perfectly together. And he is amazing in so many aspects, like arranging our music and creating this beautiful salsa band together. And I feel like me with my voice and the way that I, sing the songs, we just fusion it together and it just works. It just works. And then in parenthood, it's like we have two now. So he takes one and I take the other. We're good.
Wow. Wow. And how old are they?
5 and 2.
5 and 2. Wow. So this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in the early stages.
It's a blessing to find the person that you feel the universe is made for you.
That's beautiful.
I think, serious.
That's beautiful.
That's it.
I love this. Oh my gosh, boy, I got everybody.
I have my makeup on.
I mean, it's true, man. I mean, you know, if everybody felt the love that we felt, I don't think we would be in any of the situations that we'd be in this world.
And so let's share a little bit about like what came first, right? So how did you guys meet?
You want to tell?
We met in a ABC Studios, Univision, rented out in Times Square many years ago, and we were stuck in a room together. And when I laid eyes on her, I fell in love, and the rest is history. I took her out salsa dancing to seal the deal. And
Yes.
2 kids later, we're still in love, still doing it, still building,
And
and
still dancing and singing.
yes, thank
That's
God.
beautiful. He got all emotional. I
Yeah.
love that.
I know. He doesn't usually get so emotional. I'm kind of surprised.
we home,
Yeah.
we home.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, we represent Uptown in every way. We're just 2 kids who grew up in after-school programs, me from the Bronx, Boricua, him from Washington Heights, and, we just love music, and we just continued and never stopped.
And now you've made a career out of it together. And that's the beauty of what we're sharing with our viewers today. And I'm just curious, like, are you guys like jamming while you're feeding the kids and changing the Pampers and things like that?
There's instruments. Our house is full of instruments. There's literally piano, timbales, congas, trumpet. Our daughter already, our 5-year-old taught herself piano. She can play the piano. She's been on stage with us and performed with us as well. So they're very musically inclined. They're singing all day long. And they'll be in the band soon. You'll see them soon.
I'm sure. I know one of them already break dances,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
I saw
she does.
videos.
Both of them
She's a
do,
break
actually.
dancer.
Both of them do?
They
Yeah.
both do.
Even the little
Yes,
They
the
got it,
2-year-old.
yeah. They're about that life.
So you have a very, very busy 2026 already.
Yeah.
I saw your tour list, and I know we're here to promote your event at
The Barrymore Film Center.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And we're also gonna treat our audience to a taste.
Yes.
We got a surprise for them.
Yeah.
However, I do want to talk a little bit more in detail about the style of your music, as well as your choice in music, and then there's your original compositions as well.
Yeah. So when it comes to me, I grew up more like R&B and pop, and those are like my real roots. But of course, being Boricua, salsa was always in my life. But Ron grew up District 6 as a kid touring with a salsa band. And actually with one of the members who are here today, Charlie, he grew up with him as little boys, performing all over New York City since they were kids.
In the same music program
So-
in Washington Heights.
Yeah, so his heavy salsa influence and my heavy R&B and pop and jazz influence, we just fusion them together because we want everybody to enjoy our cultura. Like, we're so proud to be Latino. And now, even more so, the world is hearing our music and embracing it with, you know, everything Bad Bunny's doing. But we've been doing this, and we've been fusioning and turning songs like English and Spanish, so that way, you know, people who don't speak our language can embrace and enjoy our culture.
And so I see you're married to your instrument, and it's bedazzled. No
That's his
less.
first girl.
It saved my life. It saved my life. This little piece of strap metal took me around the world. You know, it's something that I'll never let go, and I'll continue to practice. And it's my sword.
And so, how did you figure out how to come together, like in this way? I mean, obviously, you already shared that you took out salsa dancing to seal
Yeah,
the
he
deal.
did. That was it.
I got that one. I was like, okay, fine. Los dos están
Yeah.
en clave.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I love it. Yes.
However, the musical aspect of it.
Well, Ron is an amazing composer, and the way that this man writes songs and arranges, I mean, he went to SUNY Purchase for jazz. Like, his background, he went to LaGuardia High School. He's music all the way, music theory, everything. So he really has that strong foundation. And then I write, and then he writes as well. So when I have a melody or something that I come up with, he's like, oh, got you. Puts on his headphones, get on that computer, and he creates. And then we sit together and we finalize the lyrics and the songs. And that's kind of how it goes. We're just continuously, we're in the car, even when we're with the kids, we're continuously inspired and creating. It's just nonstop.
I love it. It's a
Yeah.
musical family.
Yeah.
It's a musical affair.
It is,
It's a
it
musical
is,
family
it
affair.
is.
I love it.
It's a mom and pop shop.
Oh, nice.
Still one of the last remaining, right? Mom and pop
Yeah.
shop.
Well, yeah, we got to keep it going strong.
Yeah.
Now, before we transition into the taste that we're going to give our audience, let's talk a little bit about this upcoming concert you have coming.
Yes, at the
Barrymore.
Barrymore Film Center, April 17th. We're going to be there with Amor y Azúcar. It's going to be so special. It's a beautiful venue. We took our little girls there and we explored, and I was like, wow, I can't believe this is here in New Jersey.
Brand new
Gorgeous
facility.
venue. It's going to be a really special show where we get to show our fusion of salsa and R&B and jazz and soul, and we're here with our 13-piece band of our closest friends that we love, like the most talented band in New York City. I don't care what nobody says. They are A1. They are so special, and they've been with us along the ride. So it's a really beautiful, you know, show that, you know, is just full of love, not only romantic love, but friendship love too.
Love that. And how long is the concert?
It's going to be, I think,
An
about
hour
an
or
hour or
so.
so.
An hour or so.
Yeah.
And it's at the Barrymore
Film Center, April 17th.
Fort Lee, we coming.
Yes,
All
let's
right.
go.
Okay. We're not mad at you that you're going over the bridge.
We got to
We can
spread.
walk then.
We got to spread that uptown flavor. You know, we
That's
got to spread it.
Absolutely. You got to show them
world
what
needs it.
uptown royalty is all
Yes.
about.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you, Jody.
Thank you for
so
having
Ron.
us. Yes.
Thank you so much for being here in
course.
studio. Epa, Uptown Royalty. Here now to perform Ese Fuego. Let's give it up for Uptown Royalty.
ese fuego. Prepárate, párate, llegó el tiempo. Túmbale, túmbale, tumba cuero. Con ese fue, con ese fue. Yo no quiero bailar sola, solamente contigo. La vida es única. Se sentí todas las vibras solo contigo aquí. Esta noche de ritmo, yo por ti y tú por mí. Ese fuego encendido. Yo no quiero bailar sola, solamente contigo. La vida es única. Se sentí todas las vibras solo contigo aquí. Esta noche de ritmo, yo por ti y tú por mí. Ese fuego encendido. Ese fuego. Prepárate, párate, llegó el tiempo. Túmbale, túmbale, tumba cuero. Con ese con ese fuego. Ay, 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 yeah. Whoa, yeah. Ese fue. ¡Wow! Ese fuego que me quema, que me gusta. Ese fueguito de Hotel Royalty. Ese fuego. ¡Huepa!
Yes, I'm like on the sideline. Uptown Royalty. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys don't go anywhere. Stay tuned because guess what? We got more Uptown Royalty when we return after the break. Woo! All right, once again, everyone, Uptown Royalty.
Johnny Music llegó, la reina de flow. Rapping the boogie down Bronx, so you know. Ese fue, ese fue, ese fue, ese fue, ese fue. Hey. Wepa. Ooh, yeah. Lonely, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sabroso. Ese fue, ese fue. ¡Epa! Jody Music, checo, la reina de flow, rapping the cookie and brown, so you know. Yo canta, yo baila, rapeo de todo. Yo con mi rey, bailando mambo. Uptown.
Oh my gosh, I don't want it to end. I don't want it to end. I'm so delayed. Uptown royalty, everyone. Oh my gosh, eso sí fue fuego. Eso sí fue fuego. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Who wants more? I want more. Okay, no. If you're interested in experiencing them live, you can catch Uptown Royalty April 17th at the Barrymore Film Center, located at 1 Park Avenue in Fort Lee, New Jersey. And for more information, you can go to uptownroyalty.nyc or follow them on IG at Uptown Royalty NYC. All right, that's our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out this episode throughout the weekend, 24 hours a day at bronxnet.tv. I'm Rena Valentin.
The Queen.
Gracias, gracias. And from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. Enjoy. All right.
Come on,
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.